Jeff from Chillin N Grillin with Jeff here. Now normally you're used to seeing me in the backyard, enjoying a cocktail, cooking on the barbecue, just relaxing. But right now, our local restaurants need our support, just like they've supported us over the years. Our restaurants are local, they're safe, and they're awesome. Let's head into London and enjoy some of those great restaurants and see what they have to offer. I'm looking for some great Italian food. So if you're wondering where Jeff is eating, Fellini Koolini's. Let's go in and see what's happening. Bill.
Hi Jeff, how are you?
Good to see you. I know we want to shake hands.
Yes.
The instinct is still there to shake hands and we can't do that. Hey, thanks for inviting me by Fellini's. Do you have a few minutes? We'll sit down and talk about what's going on. And
sure, that'd be great.
I hear you guys make some great pizza and pasta.
You know, it's something we do pretty well, yes.
Maybe we can convince the chef to make some for us.
I think we can talk him into it.
Super, let's grab a seat. Bill, thanks for inviting me by Fellini's today. My wife and I love coming out. Pasta is a comfort food for us, so whenever we're looking for some comfort food in London, we head to Fellini's and enjoy some great pasta. These are challenging times. Things are different for sure. What's been happening? Are you guys busy? What's happening with Fellini's right now?
Well, we had a really good summer with the weather. It's probably the best weather we've had in probably a decade. So as times were bad, it was great that we had the great weather. We were allowed to extend our patio down the driveway, so that certainly helped with a lot of the problems right off the beginning. And I think people are starting to warm up to coming inside again. I think there was a lot of apprehension in the beginning, and I think people are realizing that we're putting as much safety protocols in that we can to make sure that everyone is safe and feels comfortable here. So I think that people are really starting to think about coming out again, and I think there's a lot of boredom going on. So they're looking for avenues to have some fun, and people are starting to think the restaurants are the place to go, I think.
I'm impressed when I hear a lot of things that some of the restaurateurs are talking about, being very proactive, not necessarily waiting for direction, but sort of taking a good look at what they're doing, what their procedures are, and constantly enhancing them to make people feel safe, and that's fantastic. So Bill, I appreciate looking around Fellini's, but I know you also have the Run Club next door. What are some things you're doing over at the Run Club?
Well, Run Club, because of the way things are right now, is the only place we're opening at lunch right now. So our lunch business is all through the Run Club, and it obviously offers our full menu and same kitchen, and everything is prepared from there. And it's being a smaller location, we've had to put up a little more physical dividers in there, so it's got a little different look that way. But I think that from what we've heard from all the customers, they genuinely feel safe coming in there, even though it's a smaller area to work with that way, but they feel very safe because of the dividers and everything in there.
And can I get takeout next door as well?
Yeah, this is something that we've really worked on because of the times right now. We didn't used to deliver, and now we have a full delivery service. We are with Skip the Dishes as well. The Modern app that we call it, it's on our website, and we can do delivery and takeout through that.
I know you guys make some great pasta. I hear you make a great pizza. And I think we're going to convince the chef to whip us up some food in a few minutes. But before we do that, I appreciate the glass of wine. Tell me a little about what I'm going to enjoy here in the wine.
You've got a little Palentine's. It's a local Ontario Cabernet Merlot. That's one of our house wines. One of the big things about Fellini's is we have an extensive wine list, almost 40 to 50 wines that we offer by the glass, by the bottle, by the half bottle. So if you're just coming in for a glass or splitting the bottle with people, we've got different sizes that can certainly accommodate anybody.
When you say local, is this Niagara?
Niagara, yes.
Niagara region? Yeah, oh, perfect, great. Yeah. Well, I appreciate the wine. I'm looking forward to a bite. Let's head into the kitchen and see what Chef's doing.
Okay,
perfect.
Sounds good.
All right, Chef, we got that great looking pizza cooking in the oven right now. You're gonna make one of your favorite pasta dishes. Walk me through what you're doing. It looks great.
It's Asiago chicken penne. It's one of our top sellers here. Just add with a little bit of flavored butter. Got our grilled chicken, some chopped up garlic and shallots, diced pancetta, a little bit of salt and pepper, and some roasted red peppers. I'm gonna get that on the heat, let it cook.
And we have some spinach. We're gonna add this at the end?
Yes, this will go in at the end along with the sauce, and then we're gonna finish it with a little bit of Asiago cheese. So now that we have a bit of color on the pancetta, it's nice and crispy. Gonna take a little bit of 35% cream, add some of that to bake the sauce.
There's nothing says delicious like adding 35% cream to a big dollop of butter.
So now while that sauce is reducing, I'm gonna get my noodles cooking.
Okay. So now we're gonna add that spinach to that, bubbling away. That already looks great.
Gonna add my spinach in, and then I'm gonna grab my noodles, put that right on top. Give that another 30 seconds.
Just to let it all get happy?
Exactly.
And then we're gonna plate that up?
Yes, we will. So I'm gonna take this over to the plate, get it into my bowl.
Well, that looks amazing. I know we got a pizza in the oven. You're gonna add a little bit of cheese to this first?
Finish just a bit of cheese, and we'll go grab that pizza.
Chef, the pizza's done. It looks fantastic. Tell me a little bit about it.
This is our smoked chicken and brie pizza. It's one of our classics. Thin crust, house smoked chicken, spinach, fresh tomatoes, chopped pancetta with the garlic cream sauce, a couple cheeses. Quite tasty.
Great. Well, I know the pasta's ready and waiting for us. Why don't we slice this up, throw it on a plate, and head out to the dining room? Bill, thanks very much for the tour, for showing us around, both locations. I want to stress how safe I feel being in both locations for sure, and encourage people to get out and try some of these great restaurants and so enjoy some of this great food. Chef was nice enough to bring us into the kitchen and share this. Tell me a little bit about, just sort of wrap up with what we're going to enjoy in a few minutes.
We've got our Asiago chicken penne, which is probably our best-selling pasta, and we have our smoked chicken and brie pizza. That and our carnivore pizza are probably our most popular. I think the one thing that separates us from some restaurants is that all our products are made right here. The sauces, everything is made on site, and so everything's fresh, and we try to buy local as much as possible. But again, it's just the fact that we make everything right on the premises here. There's not very many pre-made things at all. So
yeah, Chef was saying even the crust or the dough for the pizza was made right here, rolled nice and thin.
Yes,
Perfect.
yeah. It works out really. I mean, it keeps that consistency. We get to control everything ourselves that way, and it keeps the freshness just as good as possible.
Well, I appreciate that. Before I dig in here, once again, thanks very much for inviting us over and showing us around and sharing some great food with us.
I very much appreciate it, and we're glad to have you in, and it's great the way you're supporting local this way and trying to build everything up for the
Let's get everybody out here to enjoy some great food.
Sounds good to us.
Thanks, Ken.
a lot.
Take care. So we're at Craft Farmacy, and Chef Andrew invited us by. In fact, he said he's going to be in the kitchen cooking up some great food, and he's more than happy to have us join us right in the kitchen. Let's pop in and say hi. Hey, Chef, you good with me coming back?
Welcome. I'm just about to baste my bird. Come on in.
I got here just in time. You're basting away.
Yeah.
Oh,
got
look at
a little
that.
Chili butter.
We're going to get a chance to taste
Chili
this in a
mint.
bit? I hope so.
Absolutely.
So tell me a little bit about what's going on right now. Are you guys busy? People coming in?
We're happy with everyone that is taking the time to come on out to visit us. We are not as busy as we normally would be at this time of year, but we're honored and grateful for everyone that is taking a chance on us. We are a safe environment. We care. That is our number one priority. Has always been in everything we do.
When I walked in and we took a quick tour of the front of the house, and I keep saying this over and over again with each restaurant that I go in London, you just feel safe. We can see that there's social distancing in place, and I feel completely safe coming in and dining in the restaurant for sure.
This is my home. You should feel as welcome as if you went to your best friend's house or a family member's house, someone in your bubble.
I notice you got lots of food cooking. I don't want to get too much in your way, but we can talk while you're cooking. What do you have cooking on the stovetop
I
right now?
have some bone marrow, one of our most popular dishes. I'll put this one together for us because I know you'll really enjoy that. I have some of our Oxtail marmalade ready to go. Who loves duck?
Everybody.
Everybody loves duck.
If you don't.
So I thought we'd do a little duck confit. I'm just finishing up in our oven as well.
What do you have over in that pan right there?
This is my sour cherry sauce. Very rich, velvety
It looks
gloss on
fantastic.
that.
Everything does.
I'm happy with that.
I keep coming back to this chicken over here. Just the shot of that alone looks incredible.
Oh, just let it rest for just a minute. I've got some duck fat potatoes going with my duck fat.
And you're going to serve that with the duck confit?
Yep. Gonna give it a little seasoning. You get that nice flavor, the nice crispiness in the potato when you use the duck fat.
I think that's one of the things I love about coming to Craft Farmacy is the uniqueness of the menu items. It's no matter what it is, there's going to be a little bit of a different take on it, a little bit of a different spin on it. The fact that you're doing the potatoes and the duck fat to go with the duck confit just takes it up a notch, just one more level. And I see we're doing some pasta over here.
Yeah,
Just tell me a little bit about what Brad's doing.
And this is a new dish we're working on, and it's going to be fantastic.
First thing I know is the pasta is not a normal colored pasta.
So we have a kabuta squash from Sun Gold Organics that we've roasted off, cooked down some Empire apple cider vinegar and some goat's cheese and made the filling. The dough is a paprika dough.
Ah, okay, that's where the color
Right, so
comes
Brad's making
Yeah.
the tortellini, hundreds and hundreds of them. And then we'll be working this dish with our salmon.
there's always some basics on your menu. Some of the, how often do you change up the rest of it? How often are you looking? Just sort of when the creativity hits you, it's time to shake things up?
Depends what the farm has, what inspires us, what we want to try, what, you know, and really it's
Obviously a lot of
inspiration
inspiration right on that pasta for sure. That looks incredible.
It will be incredible.
Yeah. So let's take a look and see how our potatoes are doing over here.
So we're getting there. We're getting a nice color on those. So I'm just going to just finish these in the oven. So I'm going to brown some butter, and I have these carrots from the farm as well, these beautiful carrots.
Now, when you say brown butter, I hear this term a lot in cooking, as opposed to just melted butter. What's the difference between brown butter and melted butter?
You're going to start seeing the color change, and you're going to get the nuttiness. Okay, you got to separate the curds in the whey. When the water starts evaporating, it starts to caramelize.
Oh, okay.
So you'll know exactly what I'm talking about.
So
We'll give that a couple minutes.
We're getting all the wonderfulness of butter, but we're taking that up a notch like everything else.
100%. So I have some crostinis. Jeff, I'm going to put you to work.
Okay, what can I do?
Since I know you're the barbecue king,
What can I do?
I'll get
Grill
you a
'em
nice
up?
pair of tongs. So we're looking for a nice crust, but still soft in the center. We're very.
Oh, the pressure's on. The
people
pressure's
love
on.
our crostinis. We're starting to get a little bit of a color change. Just add a little bit to your pan. Now I've pre-roasted these. I've glazed them with a little lemon zest, some garlic, and some stock. Now we're getting that color on those carrots. Slide this way. Good looking crostini, my friend.
Hey, as soon as you said grill, I was in.
There's the future in this for you.
So now, duck confit. Explain to me what you mean when you say duck confit.
We're rendering out the
I gotta
fat
turn that one over.
from the duck. No, that's fine. You like a nice little crust on it. You're rendering out the fat. So a lot of people will think that because I'm cooking it in duck fat, it's gonna be super fatty, but what you're doing is rendering out the fat.
Okay.
So we'll cure the duck first, a little salt and sugar, some of our spices that we use, like the juniper, black pepper, some thyme, for 24 hours. And then we cook it off in the duck fat, and the fat's rendered out.
So you're taking that fat out. That's what
Yeah.
you mean by rendering or removing it.
100%.
Okay.
As always with the duck fat potatoes, we've got some of our carrots. Now I'm going to sauce our plate first. This is a sour cherry.
Sour cherry.
I have a little lime. It's a bourbon blasted, I call it, a bourbon blasted sour cherry sauce. So of course some bourbon. I have a touch of vanilla in there, some sugar, apple cider. We'll just kind of blast that there. Keep the skin nice and crispy. I have a nice chervil garnish that I like to use. It's got a kind of a nice, fresh, kind of slight anise type of
Beautiful. This is
flavor.
on your menu right now.
This is on our menu right now.
Duck confit.
Duck
The duck confit, chef, looks amazing,
Thank you.
but you've still got plenty of things cooking.
Oh,
What else are we whipping up?
We're going to do the bone marrow since you're so gracious to make the crostinis for us.
All right.
So I have bone marrow here, which is the shank, and it's been cut in half, as you see. The marrow is such a delicacy. I'm gonna put that
And I
there.
see a bunch
Look
of
at
garlic
that.
cloves in there.
Yeah. We'll brine them, roast them off with garlic, some fresh thyme, salt and pepper, oxtail marmalade,
Oh my goodness.
mixed in with that fat there.
And again, this is just a menu item, just the way it is.
Yep. Who did these crostinis? I need some new crostinis.
I don't know. Hey, chef, come on. Just don't flip a few of them over.
Oh, they're beautiful. You want them nice and crusty on the outside, but you want them nice and soft on the inside. There you go. They look fantastic, Jeff.
This whole dish looks
Let me
incredible.
clean this up here.
So
making
tell
a
us again,
mess.
if we were looking on the menu, how is this listed on the menu?
Bone marrow with an oxtail marmalade and country toast. So I have a little Malden salt.
So chef, just when you think you can't get any better, what are you adding to this dish now?
We're making a gremolata.
A gremolata. Tell me.
Very traditional accompaniment to a braised dish, very famous with ossobuco. Being this is somewhat of an ossobuco inspiration, we're going to finish it with a gremolata. So fresh parsley, some fresh garlic from the garden, one of the farms, Summer Sky Farms out in Thamesford, and I put a little bit of chili and lemon zest. So what it does is help bring out adds a little brightness to a very rich dish.
Very rich dish with all the bone marrow in there. So this is just going to kind of brighten it up.
Yeah, just give it a little mix. We'll kind of just spoon it on there.
And the idea again is just to bring a little brightness,
Bring a little brightness.
On a somewhat rich dish.
You know what adds a little more brightness to this? After you're finished, we do a shot of bourbon out of the bone.
Oh, okay.
It's called the luge.
Well, I don't know what else you can do. The food so far has been incredible, but I'm not going to say stop because I just keep getting hungry and I'm just loving the look of everything. So I see a pan heating up. Walk me through what's cooking up next.
Well, being that we are a craft pharmacy, we're a craft beer oyster house. Of course, with a delicious chicken so beautifully basted as it is, we need a beer sauce.
Okay.
So I have a sour,
All right.
and I'll feature different local breweries. It depends what sour I have at the time. So we're gonna get some
Start
butter
with
going.
some butter.
I have some shallots, a little bit of a fresh thyme. You want to cook out that sulfurness. That'll
Right.
give you the nice sweetness you're gonna get. We'll give it a little bit of seasoning, touch of garlic.
Wait,
We're gonna
even
add
the
some
garlic.
beer. So we're gonna cook this down. I have a little bit of sherry we're gonna add to it. I have a little bit of our gelée from our duck confit.
Oh, okay.
So it's got a nice briny base to it. But let's baste our chicken again now that it's all finishing.
And that's just all the happiness and the
Oh,
butter and all
yeah.
the seasoning on there.
Yeah. So now very important, just like any meat, when you're grilling barbecuing chicken, you want to rest the chicken.
Yeah.
What goes well with barbecue chicken or roasted chicken?
Fries.
I got some fries. I want a kind of little high end to that dish, right? So I have some beautiful watercress from Sleeger, very mild, beautiful leaf. I have some acidulated shallots we're gonna add to this. Always with any greens you're making, just a wee pinch of salt. I have my house dressing here. And of course, because we love duck and we love duck items, we're gonna add just a little bit of duck stock to that. And we'll cook this down. We're gonna mount it with butter. You're gonna have a nice, super tangy, rich, briny, naturally salty.
Play beautiful against that chicken for sure.
Oh yeah. And then we're gonna go to the plate.
Oh, so you're going to serve it right in the dish as well?
Oh yeah.
Oh, beautiful. Chef, what can I say? This all looks incredible. It's what I expected when I came here today. I'm not going to lie.
Thank
to
you very much.
Absolutely, I would expect
Much
nothing less.
appreciated.
Your attention to detail and staying local, and your attention to making everybody feel safe. Because when I came in, I felt safe. You can see some of the things that you've done, the social distancing, all that, the care you take in the kitchen. There's absolutely no reason why Londoners can't get out and enjoy our amazing restaurants.
100%.
Have a meal like this.
100%.
Yep, it's
we are
great.
here for you.
I appreciate the time. I appreciate you showing us all around, inviting us into your kitchen. I just sort of crashed in when I got here. But cheers to
Cheers,
Craft
Jeff.
Pharmacy and all our London restaurants.
Thank you for coming by.
Thank you.
Really liked having you. Cheers, London.
No trip to a restaurant in London would be complete without tacos. There are some great taco restaurants in London. One of my favorite, Los Lobos right here. Let's go in, let's have a margarita and some great tacos. Kayla.
Hi, Jeff. How you doing?
Good, good.
Good. Welcome to see you again.
Hey, yeah, fantastic to
Yeah.
be here once again. I know we can't shake hands or
Yeah.
I've been elbowing
Yeah,
people
elbowing
and
also.
that sort of
Yeah,
thing. So
100%.
great, thanks for having us come by today.
Yeah,
I'm
no
anxious
problem.
to see. I've been here a few times. I love the decor. Obviously, you get a lot of comments on that.
Yeah.
And so why don't we grab a seat and we can talk about Los Lobos.
Yeah, 100%.
So Kayla, you went over some of the things that we need to be conscientious of while we're in here. Have customers been fairly receptive of that?
Yeah, definitely. At first, I was a little nervous coming back from COVID that people were going to be pretty standoffish about it. A lot of our reviews have been, like on Google and everything, have been that people are really appreciative of the regulations and stuff that we're following with COVID right
I think that's what I found. As you and I walked around, I noticed you've got some barriers kind of built up in
Yeah.
between your booths, that sort of thing. Once again, I've been saying it over and over again. All the restaurants I'm going into, I feel completely safe being in here. I
Yeah.
think the restaurateurs have really grasped what's happening and how can they keep their staff safe and how can they keep their patrons safe. So that's really working out well.
Yeah.
You do takeout and people are seating inside. Now, I see lots of decor going on here.
Yeah.
We can talk about safety all day long, but ultimately it comes down to the food, right?
Yeah, 100%.
I know I've had the tacos here. They're fantastic. And you mentioned if I'm going to have some tacos, I need to start off with a margarita.
Yeah, you always got to have a couple margaritas.
A couple
Jeff.
margaritas,
Yeah.
okay. And you have your favorite one that you like to make?
Yeah, mine's the lime jalapeno.
Perfect. Do you mind whipping one up?
Yeah, for
All
sure.
right, let's
Awesome.
do it. All right, so you've convinced me I need to drink several margaritas.
Yeah.
And I'm in that. I don't have a problem with that. So which one are we making first?
First, we're gonna do a lime jalapeno margarita. I prefer them shaken, which is just on ice. We do them blended as well, which is kind of similar to a slushy.
I'll take mine any way you want to make it.
Awesome.
As soon as you said jalapenos, anybody who knows me knows jalapenos are a food group in my
Yeah.
world. So
Yeah.
I'm there. Let's see what we're going to put together.
All right, awesome. Get just some ice. Put some Cointreau in there.
And would you say this is somewhat of a traditional margarita or traditional with a Los Lobos spin on it?
Traditional with the Los Lobos spin on it. One of our owners, Greg, he's definitely our cocktail specialist. He makes all of our drinks, drink menus, all of that. So it's his spin on it. But relatively authentic on the margarita. At least a lot of customers say when they come in, it tastes like Mexico.
Okay, and how do the jalapenos work their way into this?
So we infuse our tequila with jalapenos.
Okay, and you do
So
that
then it'll
yourself?
be-
You're just
do that
buying tequila
ourselves.
and adding the
Yeah.
It's just a matter of putting jalapenos in a jar?
Yeah, in a
In the
jar,
bottle?
letting it sit for a couple days. Gives it a little bit of heat, not too much though, more so the flavor.
Is there such a thing as too much heat with jalapenos?
Not for me, probably not for you.
Not for me.
There is
More
your
jalapenos on top.
lime
And how many do you
margarita.
recommend that somebody has while they're here enjoying dinner? As many as possible?
Depends on if you're driving or not.
This is
Yeah.
true. This is true. Well, cheers. I'm going to go ahead and try
Cheers.
this. It looks fantastic. I love the jalapenos in there. And
Enjoy.
wow, you can taste the spice.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah.
Just the right amount. In fact, I better double check that and make sure that. Wow, that's great. So tacos. Tell me about all the different tacos you do.
Yeah, so we have 9 different types of tacos right now, if I'm remembering correctly from our menu change since COVID that we did do. So we've got bison, kind of similar to a ground beef. Then we do a battered fish taco. We have beef cheek, chicken, cauliflower, sweet potato, black bean. I would say our most popular though, which is what we're gonna give you today, pork belly, fish, cauliflower, and the beef cheek.
Wow, your kitchen did an amazing job putting together some tacos.
Exactly.
Now, everybody would just say you have to put some hot sauce on there.
Yeah.
We're at Los Lobos, so
Yeah.
you don't just have jarred hot sauce.
Yeah, we don't have any
there is
jarred
a
stuff.
story behind this.
Yeah, so this is our chef's creation, our kitchen manager. He's fantastic. So he does with anything that we would kind of be getting rid of normally at the week. Not anything bad, but that we're probably not going to use the next week. He will ferment, pickle, and then he jars everything and makes a specialty hot sauce. So it's always probably going to be different every single time you're coming into Lobos, which is great.
Thanks very much for inviting us by today. It was great to walk around, take a look. I keep saying all the restaurants we're showcasing and all the restaurants I see in London itself, I have no qualms whatsoever coming in. The safety, you can just feel it in the air. Everybody's taking precautions. It just feels good, and the staff are on top of things. Thanks for doing that. We appreciate it. We're going to make sure we get out and support you and give back to the restaurants like they've always given to London.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Jeff, and thanks for coming in, trying some
Perfect.
stuff. We really appreciate it.
I'm not going to lie. I'm going to dig into these tacos now.
Crush 'em.
Great. Cheers.